Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another to the Scott Sports 101 Browns NFL preseason pregame show. As the Browns take on the Eagles tonight in preseason game number 3 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. We'll talk about what to expect and all that's going on in training camp this past week and joint practices with the Eagles. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Which Browns QB held the NFL record for most consecutive completed passes without an interception until December 26, 2010, when Tom Brady set a new record? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Well, the Browns will take on the Philadelphia Eagles tonight, and they're just getting underway in preseason game number 3 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. So far, rookie fifth-round pick Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been the talk of the preseason for the Cleveland Browns. That will continue Thursday when he gets the start with both Josh Dobbs and Deshaun Watson sitting out the third preseason game. The Browns noted that quarterback Kellen Mond will get playing time as well. Thompson-Robinson hasn't looked like a rookie at times, but showing poise in the pocket and reading the field in front of him well. Of course, this isn't against opposing team starters, but it's still a reason to be encouraged about the young quarterback. He will likely get to play the first half, if not a little more, in tonight's game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Excuse me. The Cleveland Browns added another wide receiver to the room in the third round of the 2023 NFL Draft, selecting Cedric Tillman out of Tennessee. His debut against the New York Jets in last week's Hall of Fame games was a stellar one, and now he is making waves with the Browns, and Philadelphia Eagles engage in joint practices this week. Skying above a veteran quarterback, Avonte Maddox, Tillman pulled down a leaping grab in the end zone. Expect the rookie wide receiver to play a plethora of snaps right away around 15 to 20 and to make an impact when on the field. The Browns got a good one by far, I got to say that. Now, here are 4 takeaways from Browns joint practices with the Eagles. Well, 3 out of 4, I should say. Excuse me. DeJuan Jones is going to be a star. That's number 3. When the Browns selected DeJuan Jones in the 4th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, it felt that as though there was a mistake. Jones was once considered a borderline first-round pick, but hardly anyone saw him sliding out of the second round. Somehow that happened, and he was there at pick 111. After the selection was made, there were concerns listed, but they felt forced. One was his weight, but Jones played at 374 pounds for Ohio State, so that didn't seem right. Another was his love for basketball. There were apparently concerns he would try and pursue an NBA career, but the fact that he would athletic enough to even that as a possibility makes the weight and conditioning concern even less valid. Either way, Cleveland lucked out, and Jones has been advertised through 2 preseason games. He's had 71 pass block sets so far and allowed just a single pressure. And on Tuesday, he made the rounds on social media when he held his own against a longtime NFL pro, Brandon Graham. Jones also got involved in a bit of a shoving match he was frustrated, with some of the shots the Eagles took and quickly came to the defense of his teammates. He might not start as a rookie, but it won't be long until he's on the field for every snap, making Andrew Berry look brilliant. And I do agree wholeheartedly with that. Uh, the defensive backs, had their hands full, but held their own. It was a tough day for the Cleveland defense on Tuesday, which we all know it would be. The Eagles weren't at their best on Monday, so they were trying to get refocused. That started with their passing attack, which can be deadly. Depending on who you ask, the Browns' defensive backs were either really good or really bad. According to uh, a Philadelphia reporter, there was no answer for Devontae Smith, who was open on every play. However, there were also reports that the battle between Denzel Ward and Smith on Monday was a back and forth one, and Ward might not have been at 100% since he's been battling an illness. Mary Kay Cabot says the Eagles did come out like a team trying to prove themselves on Tuesday. But overall, some praise for the secondary. She had some praise for the secondary, excuse me. That included giving some props to Martin Emerson, who had a nice pass breakup against A.J. Brown and did when asked to cover tight end Dallas Goedert. He did get beaten by Brown on a fourth down play, but that's going to happen when you go against a $20 million receiver. And all the secondary should be happy with how things worked out. This was a great receiving corps that offered him an excellent test. And last but not least, Amari Cooper didn't have his best day on Monday. Um, Amari Cooper is coming off the best campaign of his career, but Monday wasn't his best outing. Jeff Kerr of CBS Sports said he had a lot of passes come his way, but the production simply wasn't there. Cooper had a lot of targets against the Eagles, but he struggled. And he just couldn't, and he just, his production just did not come alive. But I think just give him some time, and I think he's going to be better when we get to the regular season. I think he will improve, despite the fact that he's coming off an injury. We'll get back to talking about tonight's game in just a sec. But right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Browns NFL preseason trivia question. Which Browns quarterback held the NFL record for most consecutive completed passes without an interception until December 26th, 2010, when Tom Brady set a new record? If you said number 19, Bernie Kosar, you are correct. Bernie Kosar set a league. Bernie Kosar, excuse me, in 1990 and 1991, Kosar set a league record by throwing 308 consecutive passes without an interception, which stood for almost 2 decades. I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, we're going to give you some back to watch point just a sec. Browns got a safety, so it's now 2-0 Browns with 5:25 left in quarter number 1. So we shall see what happens with this game tonight. And here are 5 things to watch for in tonight's game. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles will play their second preseason game tonight. They're playing it tonight against the Browns, as the Browns are playing Philly, and who have practiced with the Eagles over the last few days. And here are 5 things to watch. Will Nakobe Dean play in the Eagles' first preseason game against the Ravens? And the majority of the team starters did not play. Dean, who missed about a week of training camp with an ankle injury, but was a full participant in practice 2 days before the game. Dean played just 34 snaps in the regular defense as a rookie and has not been an obvious standout this summer in training camp. But this is regarding the Eagles, so and Deshaun Watson is sitting out tonight's game, and so was Josh Dobbs. And but do expect the Browns defense to really have a big game, and watch for really a lot of the rookie defensive backs to really make their move in tonight's game. And and the Browns don't expect to see any big name players on the field, and Stefanski will be resting those players, so you'll see plenty of the backups against the Eagles, and expect some type of game plan and players the Browns had against the Jets 2 weeks ago. Now, the big players to watch are Cade York, rookie quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and who missed field goal. York missed field goals in each of the first 2 preseason games. Didn't miss a single kick on Wednesday against the Eagles. Thompson-Robinson will get the starting quarterback, as you know. And the Browns will be back in Berea this weekend to resume training camp. There are 4 open practices left, and so but I expect this team to really come out and really play hard tonight. And a lot of them are out there's some out with injuries, and so just really enjoyed this game. And now it's 3-2 Eagles. They kicked the field goal. Now there's 4:35 left in quarter number 1. And I think the Browns will get to win tonight's game. I'm going to say Browns 27, Eagles 24. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scout Sports 101 Browns pregame show. I'll have the postgame show once the game between the Browns and Eagles has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.